How's it going, everyone? Welcome to part two of the book review for It's How You Play the Game, The 12 Leadership Principles of Dean Smith by David Chadwick. I love this book, guys. I love it. So I'm going to read you guys a part of chapter 2 called Leadership Principle 2. It's called Provide a Family Environment. And there's a section that is called Being a Surrogate Parent. And this is a great section and it has to do with Michael Jordan and Dean Smith. After his junior year, Jordan left UNC to enter the NBA. I was unsure, nervous, scared, going into a situation I didn't know if I was ready for, he told me. But coach calmed me down with a fatherly attitude, taking me under his wing and teaching me a lot of things about being an adult. Then came perhaps the most trying moment of Jordan's life. His father was mercilessly and senselessly gunned down while sleeping in his car. After that tragic event, Jordan turned to Coach Smith over and over again for counsel and condolences. How did Jordan characterize his relationship with Coach Smith? Since my father's death, we have grown even closer, he said in 1998. He's very much like a father to me. I love him. After learning of Coach Smith's passing on February 7th, 2015, Jordan gave this statement. Other than my parents, there is no one bigger influence on my life than Coach Smith. He was more than a coach. He was a mentor, my teacher, my second father. Coach was always there for me whenever I needed him, and I loved him for it. Teaching me the game of basketball while he also taught me about life. My heart goes out to Linnea, Coach Smith's second wife of 38 years, and their kids. We've lost a great man who had an incredible impact on his players, staff, and the entire UNC family. Jordan may be the most famous player to regard Dean Smith as a surrogate father. He recognized the UNC family, but he is far from the only one. Buzz Peterson, who was Jordan's roommate, he was the 1981 North Carolina High School Player of the Year. And he had to say this about Coach Smith. Every major decision I made in my life, sports, marriage, everything, I have gone to him. When I was about to be married, he listened to me and gave me advice. You almost feel like one of his kids. And then there's another story of Pat Sullivan, who is a former player and a graduate assistant under Coach Smith. Sullivan's alcoholic father left the family when Pat was about 15. During my sophomore year, he told me, I was really struggling with it. My mom was great, she handled it well, but I just didn't feel comfortable talking to my mom about something like that. I didn't know where to turn. I was also angry. Did he not love us? I just didn't understand. Then Coach Smith came to Sullivan and initiated a conversation about his father. They started to meet regularly to help Pat work through his feelings. Coach Smith, he convinced Sullivan to contact his father. And although it must have been really hard for Sullivan, but he did reach out to him. Sullivan's father passed away during his son's senior year, which that's very tough on any kid. They had never had a chance to talk personally again, but they had stayed in touch through the mail. I came home late from the movies one night and received the news from my roommate, Sullivan said. The next morning, Coach Smith wanted to see me. He said at least my dad wasn't suffering anymore, and I would be able to experience some closure on the situation. And I'll leave it right there for the part 2 of this book review. Amazing book. I highly recommend it. If you're a big basketball fan, a big sports fan, definitely recommend it. Especially if you want to get better at leadership, and I want to get better in leadership. And this book has just been a blessing. I began to read it for the second time, and I'm loving it, every minute of it. Thank you for tuning in to this part 2 of the book review. Stay tuned for next week for part 3. If you guys enjoy this content, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe. And may God bless each and every one of you. Hope you guys have a terrific Thanksgiving week and enjoy with your loved ones. And if you still have a dad around, call him, spend time with him.